Yeah, both of them are already on the menus, and Laseki and ColonelFatso off to a good start. Both of them running through the intro stage at high level speed without dash. That's okay, we'll pick that up in the Penguin stage. So tell me, Justin, who do you think is going to take it today?
Well, ColonelFatso does have I think a 3 to 4 minute PB over Laseki. So everything looked towards ColonelFatso's favor, but Laseki does have a strong X3, but ColonelFatso has improved his X3 quite a bit. So we'll have to see how far ahead Laseki or ColonelFatso is after X1 and X2. We'll have a good idea of how X3 might turn out. Oh wow!
Fatso!
There we go. I was just talking about this just before the race. Laseki was so concerned about ColonelFatso wiping the floor with him, and I told him just hope for a Fatso death and you're gold. And sure enough, there it is.
Wow. That's something you don't see very often, to see a high level winner.
Normally you see a death in Mega Man X on the death kick, your favorite part of the run, but seeing it in the intro stage isn't too uncommon either.
Yeah, and actually this makes you wonder, because Fatso usually doesn't back out of the high level strats. Makes me wonder if he'll still go for the death kick, although usually he's like everything or nothing, so... And if he still goes for it, that could risk him a second death, and that really increases Laseki's chances by a lot. Picks up extra HP.
I bet Fatso is laughing right now.
In typical Fatso style, probably yes.
I bet he is. Oh boy, well this is the break Laseki needed, and he gets an early time lead, so he better not squander this. That's all I gotta say.
Well, yes, of course you have to keep in a counter for Laseki. There's still a lot of pressure, but even with this early lead that he gets over Fatso, he still is also not allowed to make any mistakes, or that will blow right out the window, out of nowhere.
Okay, he got over the big gap, so he's gonna have to try to really deboost onto these cars to get down to under 2 HP.
Yeah, he'll be fine. Just needs to pray that no cars drop on his head. And that doesn't happen, so... Now all we need is that weird Vile moment where he like randomly still attacks you and Gumo stomps Fatso on the head, and then we're really in for it. Oh, that didn't work. No, that would be pretty sad if that actually happened.
Alright, now that we're actually into Chill Penguin, just more running forward at high level speed, and just climb up to the leg capsule. That's pretty much all we've seen the whole tournament.
Yep, big little drop down into this nice gold cave. Pretty nice infrastructure for such an icy landscape, honestly. Fatso on a hot lead now. Also moving into the Penguin stage. And there we get Laseki with his dash boots. And Laseki also, I keep forgetting that, but this guy plays on the English version on this console. So that actually costs him a little bit of time as well compared to Fatso. I think over the 3 games though, we'll probably make up about 10 to 15 seconds, probably.
Well, normally in 100%, where there's an easy comparison between Japanese and English because of all the text, the only text you really see in 8 Mavs is just from the leg capsule, so it's not that big of a deal when it comes to
but text. You do have the cutscenes in X2 and X3 as well, so it might be a little bit different there.
Yeah, there's a little bit there, but in X1 it's not that bad, so
yeah, for X1 it won't matter too much.
Now let's see how good of a Penguin Laseki get here.
Yeah, Timo, probably Laseki. I believe he plays on console and he doesn't have the Japanese version, so... And I mean, in terms of like leaderboards and PBs, we can always convert like the time difference from the cards to put you on like Japanese time for in theory. Oh boy, Fatso, what is that? So perhaps you never really saw an issue in playing on English.
Well, Laseki kills Penguin as Fatso's entering the fight.
Oh, also his JP card is broken.
Yeah, I knew Laseki had a JP card. I figured there was something wrong with it.
That was close. Fatso almost getting bopped out of the corner by Penguin.
Yeah, close quarters.
Actually shot him out of it. Like,
oh, a double slide.
Double slide. Man, Fatso having the best time of his life. There's a death in the intro, then he gets a double slide. He has to be so happy right now.
Laseki taking his time here. I don't blame him, really.
Yeah, no, it's actually not too bad to wait. It's not a super big time loss, and also, if you make like small errors in the Kuwanger stage here and there, your damage that you take can really rack up fast and become a danger. So it's not really that bad. Also, at the top of the climb, it's easy to make a mistake left or right. So.
Okay, Laseki makes it to the halfway point of the stage. So, accurate climbing is pretty key. Because there's not many ledges once you get inside the tower again. So, if you fall, you're going to fall quite a bit.
Laseki with a not the most optimal, but still a pretty solid climb there. Oh, Laseki doesn't have any doors. Did you see that too? He didn't have a ball. He doesn't have any boss doors. What the heck?
Yeah, I think that's a misprop, but it's fine. There's not much to see beyond.
Oh yeah, it's a miscrop. Okay, I thought this was that. I was actually wondering what was going on, but it's a miscrop. You're right. No, I see it now with the boss HP bar. Actually,
Laseki gets grabbed. Laseki stands to the wall because he doesn't want to get grabbed.
Oh, baby.
Oh, that was close. I was surely expecting him to go for the grab. Okay.
Okay, makes
it.
But having to do the fight this way definitely cost him a bit of time, allowing Fatso to catch up for a bit.
Yeah, Fatso getting the dance, he's going to save up quite a few seconds on Laseki right here.
Yeah, I think for most of X1, especially considering that Fatso recently did put quite a lot of time in any percent here, we're probably going to see him creep quite a bit closer, if not pass up on Laseki by the end of this.
Yeah, we'll just have to see how strong Laseki can keep playing here.
Yeah, it's gonna be up to how well he plays, but you know, small things like the boomer fight going like that really make a big difference.
Laseki going for the 1-up, probably not a bad idea.
I wonder if Fatso will go for the 1-up too, although I don't think he will.
I don't know.
I don't think he's that unconfident in himself even after that intro death.
Oh, Fatso's sniping these blocks as they fall right in front of him, so he doesn't have to stop. That's pretty good reflexes and good judgment on knowing exactly where the blocks are falling.
Yeah. Actually, that's something I've always seen with Fatso. He's actually really good at hitting those blocks, even if they drop right in front of him. He's got a really good eye for that.
So the chameleon fight here, very academic, as you see. Laseki just looping him back and forth. So Laseki is finishing a Maverick as Fatso is entering the door to fight the same. So we're getting the same kind of a lead, I want to say. The lead is pretty consistent for the moment. But RNG now for Eagles coming up on his dives, so we'll have to see if that lead shrinks or increases. And Laseki may pick up a sub-tank here, so he may be giving up some time also as well. Pretty sure he picks one up.
We'll have to see if Fatso goes for that kick or not. I think we have about 30 seconds between the two runners right now. 32 if I'm not mistaken, 31, 32. I made the Fatso comparison on the end of explosion timer thing.
Yep, Laseki going for the sub-tank as I kind of figured he would. That kind of sets up those first set of platforms really nice. So he doesn't have to worry about the enemies, the little fire turrets, you know, just all of a sudden appearing. Okay, here comes the moment of truth for you, Drago, on Fatso's side.
I'm curious. I don't expect him to back out, but if he doesn't back out, I do hope he makes it through.
Okay, he went for it and he got it.
Nice. He did what I expected. I was just really scared that he would die again. I know I'm usually getting quite hyped for people dying, but that would be really painful if he took another death here.
So you can get the first few chameleon shots on Eagle pretty easily without any problems, but now we got the dives for Laseki. There's 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, he'll get 6.
Wow, 6 dives.
As soon as he does that second dive, you know he's gonna be in that for a while.
Uh-oh, Fatso's getting dives too, but he's gonna get less.
Fatso got a last snipe shot, actually. When he was going off screen there, he still put his C-Sting like right on the tip of his feet before he went off screen. Yeah, Laseki now moving on to Mammoth, taking that as a 5th. I'm not sure, does Fatso take him 5th as well? Is it with the new octopus threats? No, goes to Manual. So a little bit of route splits here.
Yeah, you can still hit, their hitbox is still active as Eagle goes off stage, and Fatso got that last hit before he despawned. And then when he respawns again, he respawned with no ring.
Well, Laseki picked up some nice HP here actually already in the Mammoth stage. That little health, the big health that is early in the stage, as well as a big health from a miner. So he should have most of that sub-tank filled already. Which will be nice in case he needs it for something like Octopus at the end of X1.
So Fatso going with, you know, he's going with the C-Sting, but Thunder Slimer is bouncing around quite a bit. You notice that he started off with Boomerang Cutter, and those do quite a bit of damage, but if Thunder Slimer kind of stays to the ceiling, you can use the upward arc of the boomerangs to hit him, but you can also climb the wall and hit him with Storm Tornado, and that works just as well, but you really want to hit him with C-Sting or Boomerang Cutter. Those are the two big weapons to use. And Fatso's at 2 HP, he gets a drop, but if Mandrill decides to punch him, you know, that can kill him, so Laseki finishes off the easy Mammoth kill, but now we gotta watch Fatso here. See how
Fatso definitely have an interesting run so far.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Oh, those punches are scary. Okay, he's through.
There is Fatso. Don't do that to us.
Yeah, when he breaks out the Mike Tyson punch, like, and your ice shot doesn't freeze him, you're getting scared very quickly.
Yeah, that's actually the most scary part about him. If he does that, then you, don't get to refreeze. It's actually, although honestly, you can still be pretty fast and fairly safe with him, no matter
see what
happens,
Laseki did. He's using the boomerangs as they curl up, and that hits Thunder Slimer. Misfires a couple of killing things, but he turns himself around and finishes off the kill.
Try to redecorate the wall a little bit.
So now they're just going in the opposite stages they were in just before. So now we got Fatso, Mammoth, and Laseki and Mandrill.
Yeah, actually, considering Mammoth stage is shorter, I think they're gonna be very close to each other when they get to Dillo. Oh, look, we have the Laseki going into the fight here with Mandrill and Fatso to Mammoth, so it's really close now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Fatso still has to roll all the way over. Thank god he's Fatso so he can like roll really fast. And Laseki finishes off Mandrill.
Yeah. Laseki has probably a 3 to 4 second lead.
Yeah, 4 seconds. I think he killed him at the 15:58 and the kill for Fatso was at 16:02. So this is actually really close again now. Yeah. Now both runners can actually catch their breath for a moment, as they can go on a couple of kart rides here. Take a little breather. Think about what happened so far. And they're in the same hallway now, so race is getting really interesting. And it's really amazing to see, like, Fatso, even with that intro death, has caught up already by now, so... Which, I shouldn't say anything as long as that met right after.
Yeah, we're gonna see how Armadillo treats our players now. We're gonna have to hope for low rolls. Or
Double
no rolls at
record,
all.
please. That's like the dream. Both of them getting 20-second rolls at the same time. So it doesn't hurt anyone, but it's still really funny. Saki doing a little Hado visit there.
Oh man, they are dead even.
Yeah, Fatso's health bar filled up faster. Fatso get going to you. Oh no.
Oh man.
I shouldn't have said anything. Yeah, poor Laseki actually getting all the way.
Oh man.
Screwed over by the
rolling,
Dillo.
rolling.
Wait, that's not your phone's ringtone. You played that on purpose, right? Otherwise, that would have been the most hilarious timing.
I played that on purpose.
Okay, thank God. Otherwise, that would have been. Yeah.
I had that prepared just in case.
Wow. Well, I guess you're the new memer of the community, aren't you?
If you say so.
Well, someone's has gotta have the title, right? So, now Octopus stage is actually also not the easiest one combined with the fight and can still bring a lot of difference between runners as well. So we'll have to see what happens here for the actual end time between these two for X1.
So yeah, now these submarine kills, Fatso gets a pretty good kill there. Laseki gets the searchlight. I don't think we've seen that yet in the tournament. If you don't kill the searchlight as soon as the submarine spawns and you're right next to it, the submarine can just break out the light. The submarine won't do anything, so it's not a big deal. It's actually pretty good, but there's a lot of different things that submarine can do.
Worth noting is that Laseki is on pretty low HP. He's gonna want to look for an HP drop for the Utuboros here, otherwise... Actually, he's not an danger, he has a sub-tank, what am I talking about? Never mind me, I'm a dumb commentator.
Well, he's at low enough HP though, if he touches the octopus, he can die.
That's fair, body bomb.
But so he's looking to take a hit from a missile, and then go into the menu for the sub-tank. He just has to not get too close. Okay, he's already took a hit. And now he's going to have to take these energy drains.
So we got a 20:05.
Okay, there's the sub-tank.
For Fatso.
Okay, Laseki gets out of X1.
20:37. So there's like 32 seconds ahead for Fatso going into X2. And considering he took an intro death where he was like 50 seconds behind or something like that, that is quite a catch-up and yeah, a turnaround he's pulling over there. Oops. Laseki accidentally resetting his timer there. I don't want to look at this number anymore.
He's done that like I think 2 times now.
Oh well. I guess we can still go off of Fatso's timer, so it's not a super big deal. Unless one of them lags at some point in buffers. But we haven't had any issues so far, so probably it'll be okay.
So intro in X2, no RNG, it's all execution.
Laseki taking a little pit stop over there. And Fatso... I wonder if Fatso does the X2 intro and he gets to this boss who thinks like, oh look, it's my spirit animal.
So Fatso going into Sponge. And he is opting to take a safety heart tank. He may take another one, mainly due to Bubble Crab and Flame Sag. Those 2 Mavericks in particular can deal quite a bit of damage. Even Moth, if something goes wrong. And that heart tank isn't that out of the way to get.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly, but Fatso takes either 2 or 3 safety hearts. I'm not sure how many anymore.
I think there's only 2 that are along your path that you can actually get without extensive time investment.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not too sure anymore. I know it takes them, but I'm not sure how many anymore.
He could even get the Gator Heart if he wants. That doesn't take a whole lot of time to get. It just depends on him how many he really wants.
Yeah, although I guess that one also involves a lot of risk, because if you actually hit those spikes there, that could turn into a quite, well, disaster insurance.
Oh, Fatso gets a good sponge.
Good RNG there.
So I guess that intro death didn't really matter.
Yeah, good RNG versus bad RNG here easily saves you like what, 7 or 8 seconds, I believe?
Could save you a little bit more. Could save you around 10.
Even 10?
In cases.
Okay. I should go with my first thought. I thought 10 was like, no, I'm gonna sound stupid if I say 10, so is that 7 or 8? Well, rip me, sounded stupid anyway. I have to see if Laseki gets the same, but it doesn't look like it. No. Rip.
And the only safe place during those electric strikes are right next to him.
Oh, that's pretty unfortunate for Laseki over there. That's a little bit of extra time loss that you didn't really need. And now we're gonna go and get this this upgrade capsule for the Buster. in the Gator stage, which we really need for X2, because the upgraded charge weapons in X2 are actually really good. When you get the, I always need to think for the names here, the strike chain and the charge the burner are two really strong movement weapons here. And you instantly also already see the strike chain getting used here.
Yeah.
By Fatso.
Yeah, until you get the speed burner, the strike chain's your primary weapon that you'll use to pull yourself closer to walls. And then when you charge it, extends a really long chain, and then if it grabs something, it's going to pull you a lot faster.
Yeah, I believe it also goes a longer distance, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, the strike chain does go a little bit longer, and it pulls X a lot faster. In fact, in regards to pixels per frame, the charge strike chain is actually faster than burner, but the strike chain only pulls X for just a little bit.
Yeah, you also need to be able to pull yourself into something, so it's not always that handy to use.
But yeah, in the short term, strike chain is, you know, a lot better. But in the long run, once you get the charge burner, that's going to be a lot better. Because you can at least, after the burner expires, you maintain your speed. Especially in the air. And you can take advantage of that in a couple of places.
It really allows for very extended dashes, you could say. Put it that way. Fatso did get a 1 cycle onto Gator, so that's really nice. Didn't drop a single hit there. Not that I saw, at least. Now we'll have to see if Laseki can do the same.
So Fatso finishing off 2 of the 8 Mavericks. So now the X Hunters will appear.
Laseki getting a little dive there. Sucks. Oh.
Oh, Gator, please. So now Laseki just has to wait for Gator to show up again.
Oh, thank God he popped up there. That's actually really annoying. You can keep him down to 1 cycle if he goes under water, I guess I should say. It's really quite terrible. You can't really do much to pop him out, I believe, so just have to sit there and wait. It really sucks. Probably even worse than some of the RNG bosses we get in X1, because it just takes so much longer. And well, we get a couple nice climbs out of Fatso to the volcano, and we'll now go into the stack fight. PLI for Laseki's timer accidentally got reset in between the games. He probably hit a button that he wasn't supposed to. And Hedros, well, the winner of the tournament, they don't really get something, but I mean, most of this tournament is for fun, and if anyone wants to, like, give up a prize to the winner, they always can. We had one tournament in the past where a community member ended up 3D printing a model of X, I believe, and sent it to the winner. But if no one actually shouts and says, hey, you're gonna get something from me, then, well, it doesn't really happen.
That's going into Moth.
Bragging rights, that as well.
Laseki doing the ostrich third once again.
Wait, what third? Hi, ostrich. Yeah, okay. With that hyper speed mashing on the missile, making sure it blows up. The stage is actually really weird, the one with that Fatso's in for Moth, because you have all of that gravity field going on there. when you're dashing through, and you kind of get lifted up a little bit.
Fatso hoping for good RNG. Once the robot gets damaged, he'll usually do another move before he decides to sink. And he got a small little jump there. You want to see an instant drop, or the robot will actually fire a small little projectile forward, and then he'll drop. Something along those lines is what you want.
Oh, Fatso a little bit too late on his burner there, loses the dash from it. She de-printed him a Tesla. No, just a little statue of MMX.
Now, Fatso going into the moth fight. So he's got a charge burner ready to go. You're going to see that 3 times on the cocoon, and then an uncharged burner will put the cocoon down to 12 HP, which will be enough to spawn the adult form. Oh no. Looks like Fatso took a hit from maybe a junk projectile. Now Moth can kill him if he touches him. But luckily, Fatso's got that under control.
Yeah, Fatso, even though he doesn't really play it right now, has actually played a lot of X2, so for most of this game I'm not too worried about him. Although, of course, like, anyone can have accidents, as we saw earlier, I guess. So perhaps I shouldn't be too overconfident into anything happening here.
So Laseki fighting Bubble Crab. Once he fires the wheel, he's trying to make Crab stay in place, just like you see there. And then the wheel can actually hit Crab multiple times. And that was a pretty good fight. Didn't take any damage.
Damageless crab blows. What a guy. Fatso meanwhile dashing in between some Lego blocks that are moving around. See if he can get a one shot on this mini boss.
Well, he's got the silk shot, so it's actually free. Remember, he did Moth, which has the main weakness that you use on the chop register.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that because there are some different routes here. I remember watching a lot of X2 runs, but like actual any %, and then they take a different route, but for the 8 maps alone, it's a bit different. It's true.
Now for Raider Killer for Fatso, when he finishes this fight, he'll have 1 unit of burner remaining, and that's for this last burner here in this hallway. Looks like he may have fired one a little early, so he had to switch off of it.
Got the zip under that block there. If you actually mis-execute that, you can just like get crushed under it, and it's a really sad time.
So Fatso's looking for the tailspin. He doesn't get it right away, but he does get it the second time, and a well-timed dash jump to the wall right behind him will set up this tailspin glitch. So now Centipede is completely helpless. There's nothing he can do until he finishes out this tailspin move. But by that time, Fatso, using a combination of a soft weakness weapon, the strike chain, and since he has the Buster upgrade, he's able to hold the charge as the chain retracts. So he's able to build up a double charge a lot faster. So you're alternating between the 2 damage for the chain, and then the 4 damage for the double charge.
Meanwhile, Laseki having quite an easy time with stack because he has the bubbles now, his weakness. I don't know the official name for this weapon.
The Bubble Splash?
The Bubble Splash. Great, I got half of it. Really easy, just gives him a little knockback on the hit, and then you can just like jump hit, jump hit, jump hit.
Yeah,
looks a little bit like the Wanger fight next one, I guess.
Yeah, whenever bosses get hit with their weakness weapon, they'll typically do
the same attack in response. So you can easily use that to loop a lot of the fights.
Yeah, as long as you have the weakness, I suppose. That's a lot of lag there halfway through the stage, right before the mini boss skip. And Laseki moving his way to the mod stage now as well. Actually having a really hard time tracking with the two different routes that they are taking here.
So Fatso's gonna buffer a normal lemon while retaining the charge, and then he's gonna fire the charge, and then as Snail retaliates with the Crystal Hunter, he's gonna dash under the low shot, another dash shot, and then hit a couple of magnets, and then he'll charge up for a full magnet. Oh, he didn't get the charge magnet off in time, so he's got to do the typical uncharged magnet plan while while dashing into the shell to keep Snail from picking it back up.
Yeah, actually I like, even though I know this fight is slower, I think it's a lot more fun to see as a fight when you have to be kicking the shell around to be able to keep hitting him. And yes, hello Potato, so this is X1 to X3, except we're not playing the end games of any of the 3 games, we will only be playing the Mavericks, so no Sigma Fortresses or anything like that. The players are also free to pick up any items they do want or not want. They can do whatever they want as long as they kill the 8 bosses and then go to the next game.
Laseki barely clipped the moth cocoon with that burner. Okay, and he barely got him again before he went invulnerable. So now I think Laseki's gonna wait for Moth to come down. Oh.
Yeah.
Just like that. Fatso's turn to go through the door. Looks like the bikes may crash. Okay, got it in just in time. Yeah, that bike has some HP as well, and it actually takes quite a bit of damage when it hits a few of those enemies, and it can blow up on you if it takes too much. But you don't need it for that long in the stage.
So actually, they have to do a card swap with their own console, or they will load a new game on their emulator for the game swap. Because of the fact that we have both emulator players and console players, there is a rule set that you do have to wait 30 seconds after exiting one game before starting the next.
Fatso having a hard time with this ostrich fight. It's gone on a lot longer than he wanted. Looks like he may have shot a few of those Crystal Hunters a little early, and they bounced right off of Ostrich and not dealing any damage. So Laseki's using another of Chop Register's 3 weakness weapons. The Sonic Slicer, also a very easy use. Just dash under the sword and release your charged slicer, and a couple of the blades should hit the hilt, and it's dead.
I think I've seen all of the weaknesses of this boss by now, thanks to this tournament. So, how many do we actually have done now for both of these? Because I didn't really keep track of it properly.
Fatso is on his final Maverick in X2. Laseki is finishing up his 7th.
Okay, so we do have about, I would say a half stage apart between the two. Probably a little bit more.
No, we got maybe about a 2.5 minute difference, because Fatso's about to finish up X2, and Laseki still has another stage, and that's at least 2 minutes.
Yeah. Oh boy, and Laseki's gonna get teleports, so those 2 minutes could easily turn into quite a bit more, like 2.5. Oh,
well, here's the tailspin.
But I didn't say anything.
Laseki was on the wrong side of the room to try to get the glitch if he was trying to go for it.
Rablos going down.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a 39-43 ending here for Fatso on X2.
So Fatso getting his controls set up again for X3. So they have to wait 30 seconds between finishing off the final Maverick in the previous game before they start the next one, to be fair for all console/emulator players. We do have a combination of both.
Yeah.
And we also have players that use default controls compared to customized.
Oh, we got some pretty cool music out of the X3 game here. I actually really like this intro music. It's quite lively. Yeah, so this tournament is indeed all Mavericks from the Mega Man X games, but only the SNES ones. So it's only X1, 2, 3, and nothing else. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are not done here. Well, they might get done here, just not in this tournament.
Laseki
Also,
burners
can
into the
time
door.
out Fatso there, please.
So Laseki just gonna go right in with a magnet strat.
Look at that cool fight, kicking that shell around and smashing mines into
Laseki started his timer again.
Yeah, boy. Also, Fatso's timer was around 41:55, I guess. So we have a little bit, let's say about 2 minutes and 10 seconds between the two runners in Fatso's favor. So I believe we did say that Laseki had a bit of an edge in X3, but that's going to be a lot of time to catch up on.
Okay, Laseki making sure that he waited 30 seconds.
Ah, that's why I started time. No, that's actually pretty smart. Smart guy.
So Fatso doing the Mo fight here. Basically just keep hitting him with charge shots and he goes down, but the fist that he throws out could get in the way a little bit. So Laseki finally getting to his strongest game of the three, and he is playing on Japanese in X3. But he is already at least 3 minutes behind.
Yeah, we'll have to see if he can catch up, but I think we're gonna have to count on Fatso having a little oops here or there. I do remember in the previous race that Fatso, I believe, had a little bit of an issue with Tunnel Rhino at some point. And X3 in terms of damage in the stages is quite volatile compared to the other two games. The stages and the enemies in them have a lot of damage, so it's not impossible to have something happening, but we'll just have to see what happens, I guess.
Yeah. Fatso did die in Rhino in his last race, so I'm sure he's looking to not have a repeat of that.
Yeah, he probably did put in a little bit of practice to do. Knowing Fatso is quite dedicated to practice and making sure that he plays on the top level as best as he can, so wouldn't be surprised if he sat around for a a solid 30 minutes practicing what he needed. And here is my favorite part of this first boss.
So, ColonelFatso's doing a CFO Buffalo strat. Similar to how you fight the X2 intro boss. You fire a charge shot, and then you fire a single shot and let it travel across the screen as you charge up for a second buster. Fatso turned around a little soon and fired a buster shot the wrong direction, so he did lose maybe a second.
We do have to do X1, 2, 3 in that order, yes.
Yeah, all 3 games must be played in order.
Not only for, I mean, the run itself, so it's easy to follow up, but I mean, for us commentators, it would also be impossible to tell how the race is going if we had to track different routings if you messed up the games. So. Toxic Seahorse level coming up next year for Fatso. And here we're gonna start seeing the use of the air dash. Which will actually help a lot. You could actually play X3 without the air dash. We've seen some people do that. But it's actually a lot easier to just go out of your way and pick up that capsule. Otherwise there are some quite precise jumps later on in the game that you could struggle with.
Yeah, X3's stages, for the most part, are some are quite vertically oriented. Seahorse is one of those stages. There's a lot of climbing. Catfish is the same. There's so if you have a missed wall kick, you can fall quite a bit.
Yeah, runners are completely free to watch and listen to the restream and see how the other runner is doing. As Rockstomper said, this isn't a randomizer, so there is nothing to gain from listening in or checking in on the stream.
Fatso getting the quite difficult gap jump there at the top of that climb. Gotta be in just the right spot.
And Laseki finishes up Buffalo, so I guess we're about the stage apart between the two of these. Well, I mean, technically, Fatso, if you want to...
Oh, nice.
Is that a 2-cycle?
Fatso got the 2-cycle. So what he does there, he hits Seahorse in the air with the Frost Shield for 3 damage. And then during Seahorse's stun, his actual iframes from that first ice shot wear off. So there's a period at the end of that stun where he has no iframes, and all he does, he just mashes the Frost Shield more for 3 damage per hit, and then he actually stops mashing to let Seahorse jump out of the stun, and that actually resets his vulnerability so that he can actually repeat that again. And that was the fastest Seahorse kill you can get.
Then Q Chaos, technically these two runners wouldn't even have to put a timer on there, but obviously for the purpose of a race and for keeping a decent track of everything, it's nice to have it. But even if they both turn their timer off, they have to use the SRL IRC, and there's a race bot that times both of them, where they have to input commands when they start and finish the race. So we always have a timer on these races.
So Fatso's now into the Ton or Rhino stage. So now you see here, these balls of dirt that Fatso went by deal 6 damage per hit. So he only has, I think, 16 HP. He didn't pick up, there's no really good opportunity to pick up a heart tank in this game. So you really want to take those out.
Yeah.
And oh man, Fatso gets bit again. I think he had bit in Rhino when he died in his last race too. So for Bit,
Nightmare repeat.
He's gonna start with 1 lemon, and then go to his weakness weapon, which is the Frost Shield. And then before Bit is killed, he's gonna have 1 HP remaining. Oh no, Fatso has to pause. He could only have 2 Frost Shields on screen. Oh man, he almost died to a projectile, but he has to pause to get off of the Frost Shield to not accidentally kill Bit.
Yeah.
Now, fortunately for Fatso, he's crossed the halfway point of the stage. But now we got another problem.
Oh boy, what is this?
Yeah, Fatso's having a little difficulty right now.
He's still on 3 HP. You need to be careful.
Well,
Okay, I'm gonna fix that
he can use the Frost Shield to guarantee some health drops if he can kill some enemies on the ground or ceiling. But it seems like he took more damage than he really wanted to. But he's able to get through the midway part of Rhino. Now he's got to deal with the health pressure. So he's taking all these damage boosts. Oh, he only got a 2 bonk there. That's actually pretty good. It looks like he's got 6 or 7 HP. Looks like 7. So he's able to take 1 hit from a big damage enemy, but if he gets a health drop, he's good. Well, he gets a little drop.
Small one. That probably will be enough.
So those tanks can either shoot a cannon or they'll shoot the drills in front. You want the cannonball because 1, you can actually get around it, and 2, it deals less damage if you hit it. So Fatso's through. All he has to do is kill Rhino, and he's out of that Forsaken stage.
Laseki, meanwhile, has entered the same stage as Fatso did. He's trying to close the gap. We'll have to see if he gets a bit here as well or not. Judging by Laseki in the chat, he doesn't really want that. Oh, well, read that.
Yep, they both get bitten, Rhino. It's a 50-50 chance whether they will appear in each stage until they do. But once you defeat them, they won't appear in any other stage. Oh man, Laseki getting around that projectile Bit fires. That projectile actually deals 6 damage also, but hitting Bit on the body only deals 1. Imagine that.
Okay, I didn't know there was actually different hitboxes here in X3.
Well, the projectile just deals more damage than just hitting Bit on the body, which is kind of weird. Normally you would think, oh, hitting the actual boss is worse.
And I do believe that we have the drills now, and Fatso actually made use of the drill specialty there. If you use the drill on enemies, then it kind of removes their hitbox. Don't ask me how that works, but it's a thing, and it really allows you to really easily skip through some enemies and stages.
Yeah, the drill basically stutters their animation, but during that stutter, they don't have a hitbox, so you're able to dash through them if you fire the drill up close, so you don't have to go around them with maybe a jump or air dash.
Laseki took a little bonk there from that rock on the head, leaving with 3 HP.
Laseki said he had a dropped input, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
On the first frame that you change direction or you land, the game won't accept any shot or jump input. So if you try to go too optimally, you can find yourself not getting a jump when you want it. And that can be kind of bad in places.
Yeah, it's actually something I forgot about X3, but this game in our community is pretty known for having dropped inputs, especially compared to the rest. Let's see what kind of RNG Fatso gets here.
Yeah, Fatso's wanting to jump, but he missed a shot, but he's going again. Okay, he gets a triad. So this is the good attack that he wants, because the triad, he has to finish the Triad Thunder before he goes to the middle of the screen. So the longer the Tri-Thunder is out, the more damage he can get on Catfish, which means less drills that he has to use later. And every drill beyond the first loses 3 seconds compared to optimal. So that wasn't too bad for Fatso.
Yeah, I think he did only like 3 drills there. So
yeah, three's pretty good, above average. So this stage is fairly short compared to all the other stages. Crawfish, since we're not doing any percent, there's no reason to take the secret stage capsule. So you just go straight to the end.
Yeah, there is a secret stage here where you can go and meet Vile and then, or well, in this game, mysterious character, or whatever his name is in the cutscenes, and beat him up. But if you do not go and beat him here, or in a couple other stages where you find secret entrance to him, then he will actually pop up in the late game and challenge you there. So actually the late game of X3 is quite heavily influenced by what you're doing during your time in the 8 maps, because a couple of the bosses there can change, depending on who or what you fought or killed.
So yeah. How good of a fight Laseki can get here.
A pretty good start there.
Oh, Laseki tried to get a lemon. He knew that he hit Catfish with a lemon earlier, so it only dealt 1 damage, and Catfish was on an odd number. He was trying to get Catfish back to an even number because the drill only deals 2 damage at a time. He was trying to avoid an extra drill, but didn't quite get there.
And Fatso with a really quick kill on Crawfish there.
Yeah,
it was also a 2-cycle.
Yeah, Crush Crawfish quick kill is similar to the Seahorse one, though you have a lot more time to hit him with the Buster. You can't spam Tri-Thunder, so as soon as the Tri-Thunder goes off screen, you can swap to Buster and use the rest of your 2-second duration to mash as much as you can.
Fatso going on to the Tiger stage, and here we actually see a nice example of the air dash getting used. As soon as you come out of that little tunnel on bottom, you can just air dash up, and otherwise you might have to take a little detour to get all the way up, but it's not too bad, but all these little things really can add up.
So ColonelFatso going for the Worm Seeker quick kill, and barely gets it.
Gets it.
I think he may have had maybe another couple tenths of a second, but that looked pretty close.
Yeah, it's pretty precise to get that one. Although it's not too bad if you miss it up there with only like 1 shot. You can just put yourself a little frost shield on the left on the wall, and then he'll just kind of bonk into it by himself. And there we see a really nice use of drill for Fatso, just jumping through all the machines like that after putting a drill into them. And so far no bite fight yet. I believe we have a stage or 2 to go after this one. Laseki going up with that Crawfish over there. Oh, crap.
Laseki let Crawfish get too close. The way that you want to bait Crawfish's move, whether he fires the claw to the corner or not, you need to be decisively like either in the air or on the floor, and Crawfish is either going to fire the claw in that direction, or he's going to fire those little, I don't know what they're called, but they're designed to ping you to the floor so he can kind of rush you down and he can grab you. But if you're really close to Crawfish and you try that, it's kind of hard to get him to do what you want him to do, and you can actually miss, and then he can actually grab you. And Fatso getting Tiger down to low HP and then going to the spinning blade. The spinning blade will force Tiger to jump to the wall, so it bypasses the desperation charge that you saw once from him.
Yeah, it actually forces RNG to make him go left and right all the way up the wall instead of doing anything else. Well, at that point it looks a little bit like the stun lock of Chameleon in the next one. Laseki, ooh, also with the quick kill, but looked even closer than Fatso's, I think.
Yeah, it may have. Yeah, Fatso's intro death in X1 coming back and being, I think, a whole stage ahead. Or at least a stage and a half, I think.
Yeah, we're slowly starting to creep closer to the end of the race. I do believe Fatso still has 2 stages to go.
Yeah.
This one and the next.
Yeah, the stages in the next 3 are a little bit longer than the next 2, so it's more like a 1-stage lead, but 1-stage lead in X3 is like almost 3 minutes.
Oh, and we actually already have the bite fight coming up on Laseki, so it's gonna look like he's a little bit more behind now, but that's just because he already gets his fight earlier than Fatso does.
Yeah, Fatso didn't get bite, so he's gonna show up in the last stage regardless now. But you do have to fight Bit and Bite before you can finish the 24 Mavs race anyhow.
Yeah, they definitely pop up. You cannot avoid fighting both of them. Because in X2, I believe your X-Hunters definitely do disappear from the map after you visited a stage with them and then fight them. But in X3, you cannot get around these two.
Beetle, very easy fight. Just fire a Ray Splasher. Mock him for jumping forward and just shoot him again.
Oh boy, what a boss fight. Fatso doesn't know how to handle this. All this pressure. Phew, he made it.
So you see Laseki only firing the charge shot while Tiger is actually in the middle of an attack. If you fire the charge shot, it'll make Tiger block, and then you can't deal damage at all. So it's just alternating between the two.
And with that, Fatso finishes up Gravity Beetle and will be moving on to Hornet for his final stage.
And now we are at about a stage lead now.
Yeah, legit, like Fatso popping in as Laseki pops out. But that is also because of the bite fight, otherwise he wouldn't have been that far ahead. So he still needs to catch up on that here. Yeah, perfection. In fact, I think if you ask really nicely, perhaps Fatso wouldn't mind doing an exhibition run of Mega Man Soccer for you guys.
So for the Shuriken, 6 acid shots will kill this mini boss. And every time you hit the Shuriken, he's gonna jump. So you just gotta know when to place your shots. And the iframes are a little bit more than 60 on that boss if you want to hit the shots as well as you want to. I think it's like maybe 70. It definitely doesn't feel like 60.
And as we see here, Fatso nicely passes through to the next building, but there is actually the potential airship that can pop up here and have you go into a little fight.
So now...
go ahead.
So now Bite has to show up here for Fatso. And he's trying to get 4 drills per hit here. And it looks like he may have missed a drill placement. Yeah, looks like he missed one for sure. Okay, there we go. Or he does, or maybe he does the fight a little different than what I'm used to seeing, but it looks like he may have missed a drill placement, but it didn't really matter. He was able to finish off Bite without having to pause.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Was kind of hoping he would pull it off again, swapping back to his drills, like we've seen him do once before.
So Fatso's gonna open with a Buster Shot and then go back to the Spinning Blade. Spinning Blade is a lot better than the Gravity Well, just due to the fact that it doesn't trigger extended iframes, even though the damage is half.
Laseki is actually also moving on to the women's stage right now. Just finished the Gravity Beetle.
Okay, Fatso's gotta be careful, he's at low HP. It looks like he's got this fight in the bag. Oh! Through the uprights. Oh, another missed blade. Gee.
And that makes Fatso finishing up this race in first place with a time of 1 hour 5 minutes and probably like 41-42 seconds on RaceBot. Confirmed from the RC channel.
Yeah, 105.43 is his SRL time. And with that, Fatso moves on to the semifinals, where he has to play at least 2 more matches. If he loses in the semifinals, he'll play in the third place match. So, like I said, win and you get to play 2 more matches.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a quick look already if we have any more scheduled games going on, but I do believe that the other quarterfinals were not yet decided.
No. No, and while Laseki is finishing up Hornet, tomorrow is a big night for Mega Man X speedrunning. The MMX Chase for the Record is tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to see 8 of the world's best do just that, chase for the record. So it's going to be really, really good.
Yeah, it's pretty hype because quite a few of these runners have been getting some solid PBs recently. For the moment, we had a 4-way tie at 31:19. Walrus broke through that, and now it's only a 3-way tie, but it's still pretty hype.
Actually, it was a 3-way tie. Walrus left it, and then Tokyo joined it.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a 4-way tie at some point.
Yeah, we have, I think, 5 or 6 runners with a 31-1X. So, I mean, anything can happen in Chase for the Record. We've seen it before. And Laseki is finished with a 107.54. So it looks like Fatso is up for a post race interview if he chooses. And we have ColonelFatso here with us. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Oh, congrats, Fatso.
So, tell us about the intro stage. What happened?
So, exactly what happened is I took a hit from the last gunbolt there, which does 3 damage. And so, like, basically no matter what happened, if I didn't get an HP drop in between the first B, which was passive, and the second B, I was going to have to do a 1 bonk strat to get through, right? Really what I should have done in that case is just to kill from the front, because it's only like a 3 or 4 second loss to do that, right? But that machine gun B, I thought, oh man, I can got bonked to the left, and then I was fucked.
Yeah. Unfortunate, but made up quite a bit of time. In fact, I think the rest of your run was really solid, with the exception in the very beginning.
And I don't know. I'm not happy with any part of this run. Honestly, like, I don't know. It's just like dumb execution errors all over the place. But whatever. It was enough to get me through. And then whatever performance I have next week doesn't matter because I'm up against Nero. So really, really, what I'm looking for is I gotta train up and get a little bit more consistent for 2 weeks from now, when I'll most likely be facing either Lynx or Darren.
Well, as long as you give us like 4 races with Nero, we'll be happy. That's just fine.
Yeah.
I don't even want to think about that.
Yeah, the prophecy
okay,
looks
we'll
like it's
think
going to
about
come
it for
true.
you.
So, now that you've got this race behind you, now you've got Chase for the record tomorrow.
Yeah, that's tomorrow. I'm not feeling very ready for that, so I'm definitely going to be grinding some practice this evening, probably.
So I will say good luck for that. That's going to be really good. I'm not sure if Laseki is up for post-race interview, but I will say we're looking forward to the next round because you know, like you said, you're looking forward to Nero. So we've seen the history.
Yeah. Been there, done that. Almost faced the pitchfork mob.
Oh well.
I don't know if Laseki is going to join us.
All right. Either way, I think I'm gonna sign out here. Thanks for the commentary, both of you.
No problem.
Thanks for constantly teasing the death kick death there, Drago.
Yeah, he
was everything I needed in order to survive.
Well, I mean, you have to say it was a good point to make, because if you would have died there again, it was probably a bad time.
Yeah.
And especially after the intro, that I really thought to myself, is he still gonna go for that? And I know you a little bit to back out of these kind of strats, so I really thought he's still gonna go for it. And in the sense, I was like, I kind of hope he doesn't, because if he misses it, it's oh boy, that's gonna be something. But it all worked out.
Yeah. Anyways, thanks a bunch, guys. I'm gonna take off.
Alrighty.
All right.
Have a good
race.
evening.
And congratulations again.
Thanks again.
And exactly as Drago said, there are no extra matches scheduled just yet. So we will have to wait and see when those get scheduled. But for the time being, look forward to Chase for the Record tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, where you're going to see 8 of the top MMX runners duke it out. It should be pretty interesting. And you never know. We saw a world record in Chase for the Record already. We could see another one tomorrow or more. So with that, I'm going to sign out here. Thanks for watching, everybody. And thanks to all the people making the restream possible. So hope you enjoyed it. And we'll hopefully see you tomorrow for Chase for the Record. So I'm Just Incredible along with Drago, and we are out of here. Have a good evening, everybody.
Yeah, and then just for everyone, I dropped you a bunch of links during the chat for the future of this MMX tournament. You know, this was quarterfinals. We still have semis and finals later on. You can find everything in the challenge or on the schedule. There is also the runners if you want to follow some good runners. Click those links if you want to follow some commentators for whatever reason. Click those links below. And then you also have the complete speed gaming schedule right there. Where you can really find everything that's going on around here, which is more than just Mega Man X, of course. Yeah, with that, just thanks to everyone for showing up, to the runners, to us, to the speed gaming crew in the background that you guys never get to see, who do most work of all. And good night.